How you doing today, Joe?
Can't complain. How about yourself?
Good. Hey, guys, welcome into the show before the show. We get started about 9 o'clock, rocking and rolling. 9 o'clock Central, that is, until about 10 o'clock Central. Efforting a couple guests to talk about the JFK files. We'll see where that goes. Oh, I love it. I was just checking in. Laura Loomer just exposed somebody else. We'll have to get into this as well. It's always interesting. Where's our music?
I didn't loop it.
Oh, Joe, my man, let's rock and roll. Come on, baby doll. Yeah. Why does anybody care about Don Lemon? I mean, I can't believe that. I guess Bill Maher brought him on to make fun of him. Literally, he said, you can't be black and be MAGA. That's pretty racist. But he's a dumbass. He's always been a dumbass. It's unfortunate. Now Don Lemon literally said that AOC, Jasmine Crockett, Ghetto Queen, and Eric Swalwell need to be on TV more to help the Democratic cause. Boy, this guy. All those fired CNN people trying to make a name for themselves. Wow. How about this? That's pretty interesting. Coming from Eric Daughtry. Love it. Daughtry. A red city in Florida just denied to work with the Trump administration on deporting illegal aliens for deportation in Florida. Guess whose district it is? Byron Donalds. That's insane. Fort Myers City Council. Byron needs to go down there and knock some heads around, take care of that stuff. That's for sure. Damn, that surprises me. A lot of good news coming out this morning for Donald Trump. It's just a bunch of people who know they don't have law on their side, doing things, lower judges. Supreme Court came out and ruled with Donald Trump on something just a little bit ago as well. Love it. Welcome to Cancel This, guys. We're going to get rocking and rolling here in a little bit. This is the show before the show. This is a beautiful morning wherever you are. Good morning to you, Ben, Tanya, Michael, Greg. Also, Greg says, old Chucky Schumer was in the CBS morning, spent 5 seconds on why he voted GOP to prevent the shutdowns, but the rest of the time, of course, attacking Donald Trump and Musk. Yeah, of course, who cares? He's got to, because all of the Democrats were going after him. Tanya says Governor DeSantis needs to jump in down there. Even Destin having some issues working with the Trump administration. Well, all it takes is just one liberal or somebody who's bought and paid for, somebody who has the Trump derangement syndrome to try to stop the good that's going on. Hey, Joe, I'm sending you another soundbite with Elon from that interview yesterday, okay?
All right.
So we have 3 of those right now. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, I know I was kind of off-center, Joe. I just wasn't ready to rock and roll yet. Love everybody jumping on the show today. Thanks for liking, subscribing, sharing the show, letting everybody know what we've got going on, what we're doing. You know what we do here. Getting it started. We move fast. The fastest hour, news headlines. As you can tell, we've been doing more news and more headlines, moving from story to story, not sitting and talking a lot. I'm allowing you guys to do that. You do know a name change is coming. That is a fact. Cancel culture's dead. We took that on for 2.5 years. Now it's time for a change. We love getting the news. There's so many more news updates and stories. That's kind of where we've been shifting, as you get to see. We cover 40 stories in a day, maybe 30. I don't know, Joe. Is an average at least 20.
Yeah, something like that.
I mean, we're popping, we're moving, we're shaking. I love it, especially with the news background. Making sure that you guys are seeing the stories that are out there and then doing the deep dives on the things that you want. We're just grateful for you guys doing what you do. Thanks for supporting us. If you can financially, canceltheshow.com is still the place to do it on our website, or you go to PayPal and Venmo. Anything helps. It's expensive to do what we do. Joe just put that QR code up. This studio is massively expensive. But we love what we do. We're going to continue to try to fight the good fight. We're not making money, but we need to pay those bills. We're grateful. If you guys know of any advertisers, not only do you get to come on the show live, we promote it. We make reels for you, videos for you. We put you out on YouTube. We help get you and your company seen by the people that you need to see. We have the AI program to do that as well. So thank you. Grateful for you guys. So many good people in the world of conservative politics, and we like to consider ourselves more conservative news or just news. It's bringing you the stories. Love it. I just saw this come out. DEI is dead. A headline from Fox News. U.S. Federal Housing Director Bill Pulte blows the lid off more empty buildings, draining millions from American taxpayers. Proof that only a fraction of federal workers are actually showing up to the offices that all of us are paying for to keep the lights on every day. Greg says FAFO News with Vic Faust. Yeah, we've been talking about news stories, quick hit news, looking at all kinds of things, just all kinds of stuff. If you guys have something, go ahead and send it. I don't know if FAFO News is going to work, but FAFO News brought to you by Trump. Oh my God. That's great. Sponsored by this howitzer.
Remarkably close to cancel this.
Yeah, like, exactly. Yeah. It is. No, we appreciate it. We love what you guys are doing. It's a good time in America right now. We try to focus on the positive. By the way, somebody else, yeah, I feel great. I'm coming back. It just, the voice it takes a little bit to come back. But we're grateful for you guys liking, subscribing, sharing the show. Let people know what we got going on here. I always say be grateful for Donald Trump and what he has agreed to do to help this country move forward. Be grateful for Elon Musk. We showed you the astronauts video yesterday. They've been rescued. They're on their way back. They're supposed to get back tonight at about 6 o'clock Eastern, I think. What a freaking stud Elon Musk is. I don't care if he turns into something bad that some of our naysayers. What he has done to help this country so far is absolutely amazing. Thank you, Elon. Good morning, Mitch and Addie and Jeannie and Kimberly. Thank you for jumping in on canceltheshow.com this morning, guys. We appreciate it. Yo, y'all. We're getting ready to get going this morning. What we got here? Let me see here. We'll get started in a second. I just have to do a couple more tidbits here before we get going today. Hey, Projo, just get ready. Remember our friend Patrick Alouette from New York, used to be on the New York Stock Exchange. He wrote the book and did all the research on JFK and who killed JFK.
Yeah. That was like one of the first episodes that I produced.
He's amazing.
Yeah.
I reached out to him. I efforted him at the last moment to see if he may jump on the show today. So
okay.
If you see somebody pop in, you know that's him.
Sounds good. Have you noticed that Facebook doesn't show you how many viewers you have anymore?
Yeah, but you have to go to it separate.
No, I know. Even if you go to it separate, it still doesn't tell you how many viewers.
Really? I thought mine did. I know, because you can watch us live, obviously, on X. Huge following on X. Rumble, YouTube, and, of course, Facebook. Let me check the Facebook before we get the show started today. Appreciate you guys being here with us, by the way. I'm ready for the NCAA tournament. Spring is in the air. Peace in the Middle East, not. Peace in Russia. Ukraine, maybe. Trump's talking to Putin today. We'll get into that. So much to get into. So many damn headlines. Jeannie says it's going to be 81. I had no idea. We broadcast live in the Missouri area. Yeah, mine shows.
It actually shows you a number of people watching?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it must be an Android thing. I don't know.
You got to get rid of that damn Android. Why do people use Androids? I took us there. I shouldn't have done that, but I took us there.
I have both.
There always has to be that one person. That one person has to have an Android. You have both.
Yeah.
Why are you complaining about your phone bills? You
Well,
paid for 2 different bills?
well, yeah, one's an iPad.
Oh,
Yeah.
get your burner phone or something?
Yeah, right.
You got 2 phones, Pro. I
Yeah.
told you were a slick Willie, dude. You're like, oh, not me. And I'm like, hey, now. Joe's got, remember all the women used to come in here looking for you?
Oh, yeah. I remember all those.
There's at least 3 or 4.
Right.
Pro Joe. All right, guys, let's rock and roll with the show. Glad you're with us. Androids work fine on mine. I got it. All right, it's all good. Morning Patriots. All right, Joe's going to get the show started right now. I think it's time to move on to the new show, and that music even sounds like it's old and dragging now, doesn't it?
It definitely sounds like it has. It's had better days.
It sounds bad compared to our new music that Danielle made for our track that I just love. It gets me going. I love our morning music. You can pop that up, Joe, when you get a chance. Welcome into cancelthisshow.com. It is 9:02 Central. It is March 18th. We are ready to rock and roll on a Tuesday, no matter where you guys are. We hope that your day starts off well. A lot of good weather across the country. Spring is in the air. Donald Trump continues to kick ass. And of course, we are the beneficiaries of all the good that is happening. Don't take it for granted. Study up. Make sure you know exactly what you need to do if you have to give an account of your faith, which is your politics, which we talk about. Jeannie, of course, I knew I was going to start it up with the Androids. I love my Android. Mitch says mine was like $800 and 8 years old now. Okay, I'm sorry. I should have said something about the damn Androids. I've just never been a big fan of the Android. Anyway, we're here. Good morning. Pro Joe's here. I'm Vic Faust. We're ready to rock and roll today. Tom Homan talking about border agents wanting to come back. You got to love that. Elon with an interesting interview with Ted Cruz podcast yesterday. I'm sorry, I'm just a huge fan of Elon. I love him. I love what he's done. I don't see any ulterior motives as of this point. We'll go from there. Conor McGregor. Everybody wants to be around Donald Trump these days. Everybody, especially the tough guys, the macho guys, the guys with some testosterone, the guys who want to get into politics, the guys who want to be the leaders. They all want to be around Donald Trump. It is amazing. Remember what Trump told us? Said the biggest difference between his first presidency and this one was the first time nobody wanted to be around him. Everybody shunned him. Everybody was trying to manipulate him. Everybody was lying to him. Everybody was trying to take him down this road and that road. He didn't have any friends. He didn't have any friends. Now everybody wants to get on the Trump train. Toot, toot. Coming down the tracks, Donald Trump making things happen. We'll show you Conor McGregor. He's legitimate. The dude wants to run for office in Ireland. And I can't think of a better guy to go take out the illegal immigrants and the Muslims that are taking over the country, doing it in an illegal way. There's nothing wrong with Muslims coming into a country, but you do it the legal way. You have to have an immigration policy set up. Tanya says, my phone shows people watching. Mine's an Android. Damn. Are all you people Android users now? Do I attract the Android crowd? What the hell is going on with the Android people? It's like R2D2. Okay. Glad you guys are with us. Also coming up on the show, another example of why Caroline Leavitt is the best White House press secretary in the history of this country at the ripe old age of 27. Man, I love her. She is absolutely amazing. Donald Trump also making sure that we understand what's happening in Yemen with the Houthi. We broke, I don't want to say we broke the story, but we talked a lot about this yesterday and what's going on. He explains why certain situations are happening. We're going to break down why these lower level U.S. district judges can't do what they're trying to do. Literally, these challenges. I saw something on Fox News this morning. In the entire last 100 years, judges like this only tried to challenge a president 100 times. Democratic judges in Trump's first term tried to challenge him like this 55 times, not including him starting now. It shows what they're trying to do. They're trying to rule from the bench. They don't have the power to do so. It's clear as day they don't, but they're trying to do it, and mainstream media won't hold them accountable. So we're going to break down this Boasberg. I don't know who he is, what kind of upbringing he had, what his faith is, any of those things. But we're going to get to the bottom of Boasberg. And if you guys know anything about him, you guys know you guys are the best people's podcast platform in the business. You do your research, you help us out. This is your platform as well. Keep us posted because this guy needs to be outed like none other for what he's trying to do. It's a different situation if you have a different political opinion. But we're talking about this dumbass, this evil liberal left judge trying to keep murderers, rapists, kidnappers, thieves, all around bad people in the United States so that he can act like he's Billy Badass. No, he's bought and paid for. We'll get into that. Trump has a meeting with Putin today. Will any sort of peace be established? I don't know. My expectations really aren't that high. It's getting somewhat of attention, but nothing that blows me away. Oh, and mainstream media doesn't like to say that Canada just turned around on a tariff issue with their tail between their legs. They walked right back across the border with their tariff and their hot air. Donald Trump called their bluff and he won again. We're going to break that down for you. Plus, today is a day of JFK. JFK files coming up. So when it comes to the JFK files being released, I mean, we're talking what? How many pages? I heard something like, is it right? 80,000 pages unredacted. I'm like, what the frick? Did I hear that right? I was like, there's no way in hell it could be that many. But that's where we are. JFK files coming out. I have no idea when that's released. If anybody knows when that was supposed to be released, let us know. We'll go ahead and break that down. Kimberly says apparently this judge sat in the gallows of Trump's other court cases as an observer. Interesting why he would be there, trying to do what he could do. We'll get back to the situation when it comes to the judge is breaking the Constitution. Boasberg. Unfortunately, the Supreme Court justices would not support Trump. We already know that there's some stuff going on in the Supreme Court right now, and we just kind of have to wait and see what's happening because we know that the deep state is not going to sit back. The deep state is not just going to say, okay, run right over us, make America great again on our stopwatch. No, they're going to try to do whatever they can. However, Jeannie says we won't see anything that we don't know already when it comes to the JFK files. We started out talking about the JFK files and then, of course, talking about this Judge Boasberg. I want to know as much about him. So if you guys look him up, tell me where he is, what he's about, what his faith is. I cannot remember a judge. This isn't an abortion issue. This isn't a tax issue. This isn't a green climate change issue. This isn't a murder issue. This is an issue of him wanting illegals, first of all, illegals to stay in the country. And they're not just illegals that didn't do anything besides break that law. They are illegals that broke another law. Murders, rapes, kidnapping, stealing. And he wants to keep them in the United States. This is all about a challenge. It's all about trying to make a name for yourself. It's all about being bought and paid for. And unfortunately, he was brought forward by Barack Hussein Obama, as Trump said. So guess what? He's a liberal. Democrats, are you comfortable really representing the Democratic Party with a man like this? Brutal. Kimberly says he's a nobody lib judge. Of course he's a nobody. Trying to make a name for himself. That's what they do. They legislate from the bench. They've been doing it for years. Started really with the Barack Hussein Obama picks. Really did. I guess we need to shut down the courts. The FBI must have run out of storage room. That's why they're putting this out there now. Donald Trump yesterday giving Tulsi Gabbard a lot of credit for getting these reports done and ready to be put out to the public. What are we going to find out? I don't know. I do want to find out something. Too much has been done with JFK, right? Too much hype, right? Even for a Trump fan like myself, we've got to see something, unless Trump really didn't know. But I thought he kind of gave us an idea during his first term that he thought people should know what was in there. But then he was told, including by Mike Pompeo at the time, not to do those things. Robert checking in from Michigan this morning, stating deep state needs delay. In my humble opinion, if Trump policies don't show results by September, the rhinos will abandon Trump as the new fiscal budget and the beginning of midterms. Same happened during Trump's first term. Yeah, I think it's different, though. I see where you're going with that. And I like how you backed it with some fact from what's happened in previous times, but I think it's a different time. These rhinos now, they're in trouble. If they're not standalones. It's like that, Robert, I know you like that NASCAR. It's like if you go out on a loan and you get out of the draft, you're going to lose that speed and everybody's going to pass you. I feel that that's the way. If you're a rhino and you get out of the conservative movement right now, you're gone. Everybody's going to pass you by. What happened to fair and balanced? I'm not quite sure what you mean with that, Jeannie, but we appreciate you jumping in. The deep state is there. They're not going anywhere. And now Trump is trying to do what he can with this stuff. This is cancelthisshow.com. Appreciate you guys jumping in. So JFK files. Most people don't think we're going to find anything out because we've already been let down at least once. And then nothing about Epstein files yet. We want those. I want to see MLK because all three were kind of packaged as one. Elon even talked about it. We call out everybody. We just want to see the unredacted reports and see where we go from there. I just find it very difficult to believe that Trump would allow this and make such a big deal about this if there wasn't any new information. I hope not. I hope not. Karen checking in on the program here at canceltheshow.com. Karen says that Caroline Lovett is from 2 towns over. Just found out from a coworker, sister's married to Caroline's brother. They were in their wedding together. What town is that? I know we have listeners from viewers from all over the country. I like her. I like her a lot. From the chat line, pray it all works out. As we know, the Lord God is in charge. Judges. And of course, the Democrats are playing rock'em sock'em robots and can't keep up with the punches. I agree, Mitch. That's what's happening right now. It's a good time to be a conservative. It's a good time to be a traditionalist. It's a good time to be a nationalist. It is good time to be a MAGA. It is a good time to want patriotism in this country because right now we're getting it and we're getting a lot of it. There's not enough hours in a day to do everything that Donald Trump is trying to do, but we're grateful for the support that he and his team are doing right now. Okay, Shay jumps in and says, how about the media being silent on Elon Musk bringing home those astronauts? Yeah, what the hell? We talked about it yesterday. You know why? Because it's another success story. Don't worry about them. Mainstream media sucks. Their ratings are in the tank. They can't hire good talent anymore. Look at the talent. Look at the talent on local news and national news. It's bad. You know why? Because they can't pay. And I'm not trying to be mean. I'm a realist. They can't. There's no money. Advertising dollars are in the tank. There's only one news network that's making money. It's called Fox News. And they have some pretty damn good talent. They really do, all throughout the day. Nobody watches those mainstream media. It's like, if you're 50 and over, maybe you might remember how it used to be. They're not going to cover it because they don't want to give credit for Donald Trump. They don't want to give credit to Elon Musk. Boeing really, really got caught out in the, you know what, on this one. Boeing should have been a whole lot better. Shame on Boeing. Shame on Joe Biden for leaving astronauts in space. Were they supposed to be there 5 days or 8 days? They were there 8 months. And Elon Musk and SpaceX had to go and rescue them. Yeah, national media is not going to cover it a lot. Of course not. They're not going to give Elon success. They're not going to talk about his success. Absolute crickets should be the biggest story national coming from Todd. Elon saves the astronauts. Yeah, talk to their families and how they're feeling right now. It's a big news story. Should be on the front page of every digital publication. Should be talked about in every newscast. Showing the video of them. They're so excited to get back to their families. But no, not for the Democrats, not for the liberal media, because it's all about them. And we got to find a way to take them down. We have to find a way to delete Donald Trump. We have to find a way to delete Elon. Karen says he's such a badass. He really is. That's why I began the show talking about my respect for Elon Musk. He is now getting to do something, and I've talked about it before, and I'll say it again and not to bore everybody. Being in news for so long and being able to put people on TV, there's something that multimillionaires and super popular people love that they can't buy. And it's attention and it's helping people. And I'm not saying they're bad because most of the people I met with money are not at all. Even defense attorneys who I've become friends with. But they love to teach. They love to be out in the public. They love to be seen. They love to help. They really do. They love to be put on a pedestal. And Elon Musk was brought in by Donald Trump because Donald Trump is the exact opposite of a dictator. He is not one of these guys that's all buttoned up in regards to, oh, I've got to have my power. No, Donald Trump was so damn humble. Humble. That's right. Donald Trump humble that he brought significant leaders and people with type A personalities all together. And it takes a macho man to be able to do that. You know what I'm talking about. Put a bunch of type A personalities in a room, males and females. Watch what happens. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. You have to have personalities of all kinds, and Donald Trump has brought it all together, and damn, is it fun to watch. Elon, continue to kick ass. We love you. We respect you. We really do. I wish I could do an interview with Elon. If somebody knows it, could you call Elon? I just want 5 minutes with him. 5 minutes. If he wants to stay longer, we'll go 24 hours. Then we'll turn it into a charity mission. People can donate money. We'll go 24, because I could literally talk to the man for 24 hours. I promise you I could. Easily. So he saves the day with the astronauts, not to get too off guard. How much money do we give NASA every year? I thought it was like 75 billion or something, and they couldn't go and rescue our damn astronauts. From the chat line, also the astronauts praised Trump and Elon. The media silent. Guess who else praised? Guess who else was praised by the astronauts? Their Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. That was in their speech as well. Of course, no, we can't have that on the news. No. How dare us talk about our faith? Karen says she's from Atkinson, New Hampshire. I don't know much about the Northeast, but I've heard New Hampshire is a beautiful place. And if Caroline Levitt is from there, it's one of my new favorite places. The astronauts gave a speech that thanked Elon. Yes, that's why it wasn't televised. Yeah, you guys got it. Absolute crickets. It should have been a huge national story, and it wasn't. Okay, it's all right. You know, we can talk about it, but guess what? We have the House. We have the Senate. We have the presidency. We have the Supreme Court, kind of. And now we're making things different. We're changing things. Oh, and we have the American support, and we have a mandate, and the approval ratings are all there, and things are getting done on a daily basis. Do I need to repeat all that? But how good was that? Damn, that was good. I need a drink of water. I'm on fire this morning, aren't I? I'm good today, aren't I? Tell me how good I am.
Oh, you're 100%.
That's pro Joe. Thank you, Joe. Man, it feels good to be a conservative. It feels good to talk about news that we can use, news that's helping Americans. Okay, we haven't done any video. It's just been me ranting. That's a long list. Yes, thank you, Todd. It is an effing long list of good that is happening. That's why I was like, man, we got to talk about the little negatives here and there just so we see them, because we have to be real. We have to keep everything balanced. But damn, let's focus on the positive that's happening. Smile. Deep breath. Enjoy. Life is good. God is in charge, and things are going to work out. Yes, Shay says, anybody think Joe Biden's pardons are invalid because of the auto pin? We did a big deep dive on that yesterday. If you didn't see it, check out our show. I do believe they're invalid. How long will it take? I don't know, but it's going to go through the court process. That's what Donald Trump told us. Lisa says, yes, Vic, you are so good, Vic. You're rolling today, Vic. Thank you. I like that. Keep it coming. Tell me that. It feels good. Oh, I needed a confidence boost today. You know what? We're talking about Caroline Levitt. Let's switch. Let's go to Caroline Levitt. I like good news. I like it when you have these people who are put in your life. And you know what I'm talking about. It's called life. Not everything's going to be cookies and lemonade poolside, right? There's always going to be somebody that's trying to ruin your day, right, Joe? Somebody that's going to try to do something. And you just have to be prepared and ready. And you do what you can. Caroline Levitt, she makes every day better. You had a European reporter with a stupid question about the Statue of Liberty. Caroline Levitt. I love it. Here she is putting this little dude in his place. Thank you, Caroline Levitt. Donald Trump, is it possible that every single cabinet member, every single hire you made is an A+? Is it? Here's Caroline.
And something different. There is now a member of the European Parliament from France who does not think the U.S. represents the values of the Statue of Liberty anymore. They want the Statue of Liberty back. So is President Trump going to send the Statue of Liberty back?
Absolutely not. And my advice to that unnamed low-level French politician would be to remind them that it's only because of the United States of America that the French are not speaking German right now. So they should be very grateful to our great country.
She said, what? Hey, France, shut up. Be grateful that you're not speaking Guten Tag this morning. Be grateful to the United States that you're not wearing freaking swastikas in that horrible, vicious Nazi regime. Thank God it was America who helped save you. Oh, she is so awesome. Yeah, I agree from the chat line. Great point, Vic. She is great speaking, no doubt about it. She's 27. I always thought it was fascinating. I know I shouldn't be fascinated with ages, forgive me, but her maturity level, now I understand why she's married to a man who's in his 50s. You know, makes sense. Absolutely love it. Steve Ducey, he set her up. He put that ball right up on the tee for her. He shined the ball. Steve's like, we're not going to give him. So are we going to give him the Statue of Liberty back? Yeah, Steve. Okay. Okay, Mr. Ducey. Not Steve, but Ducey, Peter Ducey. And your leader's wife is a man. Talking about Macron and his he, she, whatever, male, female sidekick. Caroline Levitt, thank you. Thank you very much. I just don't know how she could be any better. My point that you guys said was a good point is the fact that she's so quick on her feet. So are all these other picks. They're all doing a bang up job. I mean, damn, Kristi Noem, she was flying freaking serious battle choppers yesterday. I'm like, she's out and about. She's never missed a photo op that she doesn't love, but she is. Oh, damn. Tammy says her husband's 60 years old. I know it sounds kind of salacious, but all I know is whatever she's doing is working for her. Girl, you be you. Continue to do everything that you're doing because your career is catapulting. It's like it's on a SpaceX rocket going to save astronauts because NASA couldn't. Boeing couldn't. Joe Biden couldn't. Hey, by the way, has anybody heard or seen from Joe Biden? Is he still breathing? I'm not kidding. There were so many people who thought it was a second Joe Biden. Can't deny her talent from the chat line. She does a wonderful job. Okay. Somebody else who is just doing a wonderful job and kicking butt. Mr. Elon. Okay. I know a lot of you, and Joe, you're included. I know Robert and some other people from the chat line and people from around the country get freaked out when we talk about AI. I love AI. I'm learning AI, and it's here to stay. Yesterday, Mr. Elon was talking with Ted Cruz podcast. I think Kennedy might have been on there too. I don't know. We'll have to see this about AI and how it will affect our lives. And sometimes I get it. When we don't understand things, it's easy for us to sit back and go, I don't like this. I don't like that. But if Elon is talking AI, don't you think we should listen? Here it is.
In 10 years, probably AI could do anything better than a human can, cognitively. Probably almost, I think in 10 years, based on the current rate of improvement, AI will be smarter than the smartest human. Yeah. There will also be a massive number of robots.
By the way, I got to ask, how come your robots look so much like the creepy robots for my robot? Was that intentional or just...
I was hoping he was going to say, yeah, just to mess with you.
It's not meant to look like any prior robot. We'll iterate the design. A lot of the robot parts are cosmetic. You'll be able to switch out the kind of snap on cosmetic parts of the robot, make it look like something else if you'd like. So there will be ultimately billions of humanoid robots. All cars will be self-driving.
In 10 years?
In 10 years, probably 90% of miles driven will be autonomous.
Huh.
Wow.
That fast.
Yeah. In 5 years, probably 50% of all miles driven will be autonomous.
Now, if AI will be smarter than any person, how many jobs go away because of that? And what do people do if you've got millions of people that are losing their jobs? Like that, a lot of people are understandably freaked out about that.
Well, goods and services will become as close to free. So it's not as though people will be wanting in terms of goods and services.
So why is that? Why are goods and services free in an AI world, or close to free?
Well, you have, I don't know, call it tens of billions of robots. They will make you anything or provide any service you want for basically next to nothing. It's not that people will have a lower standard of living. They'll have actually a much higher standard of living. But the challenge will be fulfillment. How do you derive fulfillment and meaning in life?
Is Skynet?
Okay, we can get out there. How do you drive fulfillment in life? Does that mean because everything is going to be done for you? There has to be a challenge that's put in front of you. Jeannie chimes in, the Schnooks robot creeps me out. You know, I did a story on the first Schnooks robot in St. Louis like 6 years ago, 7 years ago, maybe. And it was kind of creepy at first. I would just kind of, it goes up and down the aisles. Greg says, love the Doge in the background. Such a subtle little touch. I know, I like it too. Shay, you guys crack me.
We're all going to be trapped in robot bodies.
She goes, okay, great. That's uplifting. I know. I'm sorry, but man, we have to embrace what's coming. We do. Projo, I know this is very difficult for you, but you use AI at the same point in time too, though.
No, I do. It's just when you start blending AI and technology with your actual human body, I feel like
I don't
by
like
the time
that.
it's all said and done, we're all going to be trapped in robot bodies for eternity.
Okay. So if somebody, man, I don't even know if I can give this example. Trish says, I think they're cool.
You asked for my opinion.
No, I did. I get it. Would we rather have AI or not have AI?
I think
I would rather have AI.
with limitations. Yes, absolutely.
Do we ever get anything and we get it perfectly done? No, we don't. Not usually. I just love hearing Elon talk about it. And if Elon's talking about it and he's in the position that he's in, at least for the next 3 years, as far as we can see, 3.5 years, I have to, and then we look at the Stargate project that they have going on. There's a lot, just people. If there's, I mean, it's often said if you spend 15 to 18 minutes on one thing every day for 365 years, you are an expert. You all of a sudden become that 0.00000.1% of person that is an expert in whatever it is that you've been studying for 15 to 18 minutes a day. I would suggest you do it. I'm looking at it right now. I use it for zero, nada, coming from the chat line. Keep it like it is. Yeah, I get it. We will be chipped if you think about it. We are already being totally tracked by our phones, watches, and our cars. Yeah, we are. But we're not stopping it. Maybe for information, not robots with AI. Yeah, I know, I get it. AI is helping in the hospital systems right now. A lot of these hospital systems really need to use AI and to get integrated. It's being integrated in a variety of ways. I just find it interesting that Elon spoke about it yesterday. Ted Cruz talked to him about it. He's such an intelligent man. We give Elon for being credit. Not only is he the richest man in the world, but we agree that he's one of the smartest men, right? Has to be one of the smartest men in America or the world. He was asked yesterday by Ted Cruz who he thinks is intelligent or who is smart. Interesting to hear some of his choices when he breaks this down. And it's fascinating when you to hear a guy like Elon, because he is every bit as popular as Donald Trump right now because of what he did and how he has come in and done the job that he's done now. So here's Elon talking about who he thinks when asked about who is one of the smartest guys.
Who's the smartest guy you've ever met? You hang out with some brilliant people. Like when you look, what's a CEO you look at other than yourself? What CEO do you say, damn, that guy's good?
Larry Ellison's very smart. So I'll say Larry Ellison's one of the smartest people. Larry Page. I mean, there are a lot of people that are very smart. It's hard to say, like, I think to some degree smart is as smart does. So, what have they done that is difficult and significant? Jeff Bezos has done a lot of difficult and significant things. There are a lot of smart humans. I call them smart for a human. A lot of people who are in the smart for a human category.
What does that mean? Smart for a human category? Damn, Elon. Does that mean your robots are included in there, or half robot, half human? Jeannie says, I'm just excited about the medical side of things right now. Yeah. I don't know. Everything positively made will eventually be adulterated. That's a fact. As I always say, if you believe in God, you have to believe in the devil. If you have to believe in good, you have to be in bad. I believe in yin and yang. It's all part of the karma of life. People need people, not robots, coming from the chat line. I agree. I know. I hear you. We're just trying to make our way in this little life, this America that we know it, this world that we know. Elon also had one other tidbit from his interview yesterday, and this was the other soundbite that I sent you. I just wanted to hear Elon talk when it gets into these situations, because I love it when he talks about information that we've wondered about, when it comes about politicians wasting money. As we've talked about, how in the hell do these people who make $150,000 a year or $200,000 at the most in DC come in with $50,000 of debt, like Jasmine Crockett, student loan debt, and then a few years later, she's worth $8 million, acting like she acts, saying what she says. Here's Elon talking about these slush funds, and I'm so grateful that he is a part of Doge.
The government can give money to a so-called nonprofit with very few controls, and then and there's no auditing subsequently of that nonprofit. So there's no. So this is where with the 1.9 billion to Stacey Abrams, they then give themselves extremely lavish, like insane salaries, expense everything to the nonprofit, buy jets and homes and all sorts of things.
Live like kings and queens.
Yes,
on the taxpayer dime.
Correct.
You mentioned,
and this is happening at scale. It's not just one or two. We're seeing this everywhere.
No.
The government
happening everywhere. Could you imagine where we would be without Doge? It'll go down once again with the border as two of the greatest accomplishments a president has ever accomplished. Thank you, Donald Trump, for that. Thank you, Elon, for your work with Doge. And it continues to uncover, it continues to clean up. And that's another reason why they all hate Elon, because he's getting things done. From the chat line, why does he care about money if everything is going to be free? I don't know. I don't know if we're taking him an exact word about that. Not everything's going to be free. Not everything. Not everything. We got a mailer yesterday that had an LED lighted tracker on it. What? It repulsed me and I stomped it. Okay, let me repeat this. The chat line says, we got a mailer yesterday that had an LED lighted tracker on it. It repulsed me and I stomped it. I have not seen those, but that's very, very interesting. Not quite sure. I would like to know if anybody ever gets one of those, what kind of a mail that it's attached to let us know so that we can move on from that. But Elon continuing to be Elon. So we moved Caroline Levitt. She's kicking butt. Elon is kicking butt. We haven't had an update with Tom Homan in a while, but we have seen the work that he and his team have been doing. We've seen them tracking down the Tren de Agua, as he promised, and other violent, illegal gang members here in the United States. Tom Homan did an interview yesterday, and he's talking about how the aura of being an agent is back, how the excitement is there. And you got to love this. When you give people support, how they can change, how their attitudes can change. He now says that retired border agents want to come back. They want to be a part of the team. They want to be a part of this mission of cleaning up all the trash in America, being the illegals that came here illegal and all the crime that they're committing. Here's Tom Homan.
I wanted to ask you this. Has morale picked up among those border agents who for so long have had their hands tied from being able to do their job? Is it a different era now?
Absolutely. I've been on the border many times. The morale is at the highest level I've ever seen it, both in CBP and ICE. Look, and the National Guard and Coast Guard, anybody has anything to do with border security morale, I've never seen morale this high, and I'm excited to be a part of that. And this president is living by the promises he made to let these men and women uphold the oath they took and enforce their laws they took an oath to enforce. So the morale is the highest I've ever seen it. Matter of fact, I've got thousands, literally thousands of retired Border Patrol agents and ICE agents begging to come back. And, you know, we're going to make that happen in the very near future. We need more resources, and we're going to make that happen.
That's a good place to leave it. Tom Homan.
How quickly times have changed. It wasn't that long ago where we had a bumbling, stumbling, idiot fool Biden. Oh, yeah, the border. And then, of course, you had Kamala Harris, who was refusing to go to the border. You had the cartels running roughshod over everybody. You literally had, remember the scenes that we showed you of illegals literally attacking the gates, pushing over fences, pushing past our armed security guards? Done. Forget about that. Those days are gonzo. It is now a new America where you have people who will stand up. That's all it takes. It took one freaking leader in Donald Trump to stop this, to stand up. And now, on top of all of that, even in the latest polling, he's got over 53% of Americans who agree with his exact immigration policies. And that was according to liberal media. So we know it's way higher than that. Jeannie says, I can't believe people are pissed about them going back. I don't even know what you're talking about. You mean liberals, Democrats who hate Trump? They don't care. If Trump's for it, they'll be against it, even if it'll help them and their kids. That's called Trump derangement syndrome. And it's sad because we have to call them out and we have to judge for it. We have to see ourselves around them. Can we really hang out with liberals? Can we really be around them? Can we really trust what they're going to say, what they're going to do? I'm serious when I say that. I used to say, oh, it's now it's like, wait a second. Can we really just sit here and not talk? Because you can't talk politics with liberal. You just can't. You know, you guys, you can't. You can't. Impossible. This is cancelthisshow.com. Also, we got another issue that's going on that I need to get to before we jump back into the judge and things. It's what's happening in Yemen, aka Iran supporting the Houthi. We brought this up yesterday, and I wanted to show you this quote from Donald Trump because he's not a war president, but we have coordinated strikes. The United States struck the Houthis in Iran. Israel, as we talked about as well, they struck Hamas in Gaza, 400 people dead. Of course, the media will talk about innocence, and then they won't talk about the ceasefire that ended and the hostages not being brought back. But Donald Trump, here's what he had to say about the situation. So we always try to get ahead of the game as well and explain what's happening if by chance you don't know, because every day there's like 15 new stories that are popping up. So thank you, Donald Trump, for putting this out there and being the most transparent president in the history of this country. Quote, let nobody be fooled, exclamation point. The hundreds of attacks being made by the Houthi, the sinister mobsters and thugs based in Yemen, who are hated by the Yemeni people, all emanate from and are created by Iran. Any further attack or retaliation by the Houthis will be met with great force, and there is no guarantee that the force will stop there. Iran has played, quote, the innocent victim of rogue terrorists from which they've lost control. But they have not lost control. They're dictating every move, giving them the weapons, supplying them with money and highly sophisticated military equipment, and even so-called intelligence. Every shot fired by the Houthis will be looked upon from this point forward as being a shot fired from the weapons and leadership of Iran. And Iran will be held responsible and suffer the consequences. And those consequences will be dire. President Donald J. Trump. Thank you, Donald Trump, for see, he goes and attacks situations that nobody wants to deal with. Just kick the can down the road. Oh, I don't want to deal with that right now. Let's talk about DEI. Let's kick the can down the road. Let's talk about men and women's sports. Let's kick the can down. Let's talk about abortion. No, Donald Trump's dealing with every freaking issue. God love you, Donald Trump, for being a man, for being a masculine man, a man with testosterone, a man who cares, a man who is getting peace through strength, not only for this country, but around the world. Not know where this comes from. Chat line, Tanya says agreed. Media, 100% sucks, the majority of them. So we'll keep an eye on what's happening in Yemen and in Iran and everything that's happening. We'll also keep a track on what's happening with Hamas. The ceasefire's ended. Hostages haven't been released. What is Trump and Israel going to do? What are they going to do? Remember, Donald Trump was going to give them holy hell, but Israel wanted to take a different approach. Oh, Chatline calls Donald Trump the greatest problem solver that we've had. I call deal maker, problem solver, deal maker, creative man, you name it. All of those things are happening. Trump is also calling for an impeachment, and I could not agree with him anymore with what's happening with this judge. The U.S. District Judge, his name is James Boasberg, Boasberg. If you guys had a chance to do some research on him, I said do it. Because this guy's trying to keep illegals here. Literally trying to keep the illegals here. And not just illegals, but the nasty, crime-ridden eagles. The rapists, the murderers, the thieves, the kidnappers. Oh, I want him here. He's a Democrat. Democrats, that's your party. This is why you have no party now, because you have no direction. All you have is little rogue individuals all around the country trying to pop up and make a name for themselves. Oh, we hate Donald Trump. We're going after him. Trump has now called for the impeachment of U.S. District Judge James Boasberg, who sought to block the deportation flights to El Salvador. Unfreaking believable this is actually happening. So he says, coming from Donald Trump, the radical left lunatic of a judge, a troublemaker, an agitator who was sadly appointed by Barack Hussein Obama, was not elected president. He didn't win. He didn't win all 7 swing states. He didn't win the popular vote. He didn't win 2,750 to 525 counties. Think about that. That's how much Donald Trump dominated. He won 2,750 counties to 525. Then Trump put in all caps, he didn't win anything, exclamation point. I won for many reasons in an overwhelming mandate, but fighting illegal immigration may have been the number one reason for this historic victory. I'm just doing what the voters wanted me to do. This judge, like many of the crooked judges I am forced to appear before, should be impeached. Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. We didn't want vicious, violent, and demented criminals, many of them deranged murderers in our country. Make America great again is how the president ended his post. So it's not even that. Joe, you love Grok on X, correct?
Yeah, I've definitely.
I went to Grok and checked something out. Yeah. I asked Grok if he had the ability to do this. This is wonderful coming from Grok. If this judge had the ability to do this, Grok says, if you're not familiar with it, check it out on X. As a federal district judge, I would not have the power to rule on the Alien Enemies Act in the sense of reviewing the president's determinations under it. The Supreme Court has ruled that the act, specifically the president's actions pursuant to it, is not a judicially reviewable issue. This conclusion stems from precedent. Thank you, Grok. We already know he can't do this. So this is why Donald Trump is making sure that people understand. They understand why he thinks he should be impeached. They're all trying to, they saw what Judge Marchand did. They did it, but it's not even it. Laura Loomer, God bless her, I love the work she does. Laura Loomer put out this morning, less than 12 hours after I exposed Judge James Boasberg's conflict of interest with his daughter, Catherine Boasberg, who works for a 501c3 charity company called Partners for Justice that gives criminal illegal aliens and gang members legal advice. Let me repeat that for you. A charity Boasberg's daughter works for. They give criminal illegal aliens advice and gang members legal advice. Well, after Laura Loomer exposed her, after she got loomered, Catherine Boasberg, if she didn't have anything to hide, why did she do this? She deleted her LinkedIn page and her Instagram account. They're all cockroaches. This Democratic Party, man, they're cockroaches. You shine the light on them, they scurry for the dark places. She says, I have exclusively uncovered a massive conflict of interest involving Judge James Boasberg, the Chief Judge of the United States District Court for the District of Columbia. Judge Boasberg recently made the decision to prevent the deportation of criminal illegal alien gang members on planes out of the country. This is enough for President Trump's legal team to push for a motion for recusal for Judge Boasberg. There you go. From the chat line, charities are a crock. Not all charities. I've worked with several charities. Not all of them are, but they can be used for bad, 100%. Lisa with a great question. Does Partners for Justice get USAID? I don't know. Maybe. Add a few justices to the list, Vic. Yeah. Oh, Lisa getting back to us. Kia West County sent the LED tracker mailer. Kia West County. They're the ones that did the tracker mailer. I wonder why they're using that or what they feel like their advantage would be of using that. Very interesting. Very interesting. Other news to get the news headlines out before we finish up on the show in the next 10 minutes. Trump's meeting with Putin today. They're going to be talking peace. Not really expecting a whole lot to come out of today's meeting. You still have Zelensky, Malvin. I mean, he just fired one of his top advisors right before the meeting and hired him with somebody new. He's not gearing up for peace. He's not. And it's sad. Correct. No more Secret Service protection for Ashley and Hunter Biden. That is a fact. Who in the hell in the United States would give illegals a heads up about ICE in their areas? Well, AOC. I'm still hoping that she gets charged. Pam Bondi says that she broke the law. I was hoping Pam Bondi would send charging papers to her, charging documents. But there is, and I know, and I love you guys for bringing up all kinds of ideas and things that are happening. I just had to give you this update because you're not going to see it on mainstream media. Doug Ford, the leader of Ontario, Canada, who was talking his big, tough talk last week about tariffs and how he was going to put a surcharge on electricity exports to the United States in response to President Trump's tariffs on Canadian imports. Said the surcharge was going to cost Americans up to $400,000 per day and impact 1.5 million homes and businesses across the affected states. I remember it was New York. I remember it was Michigan. I can't remember the other states. Well, Trump said that he was going to double the tariffs, the 25% tariffs on the Canadian steel and aluminum, if they tried to do that. Well, guess what happened? Doug Ford decided not to do that. But there's no media coverage of that, is there? Donald Trump wins again. You don't FA or you FO with Donald Trump. America is back, baby. You guys got while the getting was good, and now it's America's turn to lead. It is our time to take charge. It is our time to do things the right way, the legal way, the American way, the patriotic way, not the world's way anymore, where just because injustices had been done for so long, people thought it was normal and people thought it was right. And then Donald Trump comes into the mix and changes. And everybody's like, oh, he's such a bad guy. No, you got used to being subsidized. You got used to being given a lot of money for doing nothing. And now you have to pay your way. Thank you, Donald Trump, for standing up and putting Doug Ford in his place. Ontario, you need a new leader because that man is a coward. That man just got punked. That man just embarrassed himself, and he embarrassed all of Ontario. How sickening and embarrassing that man is. Donald Trump just abused your leader in the worst political way possible. And it's all because Canada didn't take care of the borders. Donald Trump says, take care of it. They wouldn't do it. It's like, well, I'm going to have to put some tariffs on it. And at the same point in time, getting people to come back to America. Because it's about making America great again. It's not making Canada great again. And we have seen what they're about. Canada doesn't give a damn about the United States. Neither does Mexico. Neither does China. And we should not about them. We take care of ourselves first, and then we get peace through strength. And that's what we're trying to do. Damn. Just grateful that those things have happened. Joe, did we have anything else from the video line that we needed to get to today?
Conor.
The what?
Conor McGregor.
You know what? Let's show Conor. I do want to show that. Kimberly says smart leaders know that and respect it. Paul says amen. Wah, wah, wah. About the Canadian leader. Who in the USA would give illegals a heads up? Yeah, we were talking about that. Just making sure we're getting to your comments as much as possible. Lisa says FAFO and then IYKYK. What does that mean again? I know it. I just forgot it.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. FAFO. I like it. I told you about all the macho men, the masculine men. They all want to be around Donald Trump, and why not? What do you think about this? Conor McGregor. I mean, he's obviously always looking for attention. I think I'm the only person in my household, people around my family, my friends. I think I'm the only guy that likes Conor McGregor. Not kidding. Oh, man. My boys don't like him. My girlfriend doesn't like him. My family doesn't like him. I'm the only guy. Here's Conor at the White House yesterday. We can play it.
Nice dude. It's one of my own. I guess you want to do it. I tell you what, your work ethic is inspiring. Your work rate is inspiring.
Work ethic.
Appreciate
it. That's kind of cool. Conor McGregor says he wants to run for office in Ireland. Just reminding you what we talked about yesterday. Ireland has a massive, one of the worst immigration problems in the world right now. The entire face of that country is changing. Figuratively, it really is. And in reality, there's a lot of Islam in Canada as well, Donna says. By the way, the Attorney General in Atlanta that had a case on President Trump got into some trouble yesterday. Oh, of course they did. I'm not familiar with it, but I'm not surprised. We all saw what happened with Fani Willis and all the lies, cheating, scandals there. All of these cases had holes in them. All of them were fake. All of them were changed around to make things so that they could go after Donald Trump and make sure that he couldn't run for the presidency. And all that happened is they made him a super popular man. From the chat line, I did the Trump dance in the parade yesterday when they played YMCA. You go, girl. St. Patrick's Day. Hope everybody had a good day. Hope everybody enjoyed the parades and the places that they went to. Laughing my ass off from the chat line. Rosie O'Donnell went to Ireland. Of course she did. Oh, we love it. So those are things that are happening today, things that are coming up as well. We appreciate you coming in to canceltheshow.com. Of course, you know what we do here. News headlines, everything that's happening in the world right now. Also, when it comes to making news, making things happen, the JFK files are going to be released this afternoon. We don't know exactly what's happening with the timing of it. However, I did want to play this, and I thought this was interesting because what we're starting to hear now is a reporter, and I'm not going to play the soundbite for you. It just says, quote, "The American people are going to be truly shocked." That's what a reporter for News Nation said just a little bit ago in his report from the White House. They'll be released this afternoon. And shocked. What does shocked mean? Does it mean nothing's redacted? Does it mean we're actually going to see information? I don't know. They said they're going to be unredacted. Should I get my hopes up or not? I think I always said lower your expectations when it comes to JFK.
Well, with the past, with the Epstein list, yeah.
Would we incriminate our own intelligence? Our own CIA? Russia, possibly, because there was Russia, Cuba. They were a part of that whole situation. Was Israel involved? I know, I'm not trying to be crazy. These are all the names and countries I've heard before. I don't know.
It was Iran.
Yeah, no kidding. 62 years later, and we're finally going to get answers. Maybe the deep state is finished.
And I hope so. However,
I mean, these are valid questions.
I told you the one red flag is still looming out there.
What's that?
Panama Canal and BlackRock.
What? For JFK?
Trump, yeah, no. I'm talking about, never mind.
No, I know what you're talking
about. The deep state. You said, is the deep state finally
BlackRock is not the deep state. No. Not the Panama Canal. I love it. I love how you and I disagree. Well, maybe I need to get on somebody's payrolls because I'm not getting paid anything. Lisa says, clearly the driver or shotgun rider pulled the second gunshot. Yeah, of course. The first video that we saw, by the way, forever was an edited version. I watched the documentary with photographers explain how the video and showed how a tree in the background wasn't even planted. It was just midair. The video that we saw for decades and decades and decades was edited video. The video that wasn't edited is the video that we see now with all the trees actually standing in place. That's the video where you see the front seat turn around and shoot JFK. Where did the order come from? How did it all happen? Those are the things we got to go. Lisa says, what, Projo? I got to follow this thread. Projo does not like the fact that BlackRock is going to be involved in the Panama Canal. And I know upon
two ports on either side.
Kimberly says BlackRock definitely part of the deep state. If BlackRock's part of the deep state, then so is Donald Trump. So if you say BlackRock is part of the deep state, then you have to take Donald Trump in that mix too, because guess who's made it possible? Donald Trump.
For two ports on either side of the Panama Canal, to just give it to BlackRock, that is the biggest red flag.
And who is doing it? Donald Trump is overseeing it.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That's
I'm taking Donald Trump.
That's where I'm a little shaken.
And no deep state. Most people are taking deep state, but then you have to say Donald Trump's part of the deep state. You can't have it both ways.
I hate to say that. I hate to even think that, but that is proof is in the headlines.
Oh, man. Gosh. Let me get to advertisers. The best water system in the world. It's Century. It's Century Water System. I've never felt better in my life. You go to hydration20.com. That's our website, hydration20.com. This purifier is better than most any purifier in the world because it gets rid of fluoride, chlorine, 220 PFAs. It makes your water acid-free, which means it's alkaline. It gets rid of all the heavy metals, the chromium-6, all of that stuff. It gets rid of it. Medications, vaccines. There's a reason why the very, very, very rich Republicans and conservatives all want it. But then where it really separates itself, when you have your water that's dead, it makes it alive by adding oxygen, magnesium, and calcium. And there's no other water in the world that does it. And your water is not going to be made safe by blowing bubbles in it. And your water is not going to be made great by dumping little packets of hydrogen or whatever people want to say. Most of those packets are made in Canada or made in China. You do it through a natural process. Literally $300, 15 minutes to put in your sink. And you don't have to worry about water bottles either with all the microplastics in them. This is the best system in the world. There's a reason why so many people get it and so many people love it. I would check it out, hydration2it.com. We would not lead you wrong. There's a reason why I have it. You can get an entire house system for $3,000. You get a plumber and they put it in and it makes sense. And then you don't have to deal with it. You do it with a filter every year, like $35. It's simple. It's the best system by far. And just because you'll see people who are doctors and other people say, oh, I use this water, put it to the test. There's a reason why the pets choose this water when you put it in a bowl of water, when you put the Century in a bowl, and you put other water in a bowl. They go to the Century every single time. So thank you for those of you who have purchased, continue to purchase, and share your success stories of health. Wendy's in the Chesterfield Valley, Ben and Marla doing their thing for almost 5 years now. Wendy's is an amazing place, 18,000 Chesterfield Airport Road. Some of the best food that you can buy. I mean, it's just the best bar food, the service, good time. There's a reason why people continue to go back, whether it's their chicken fingers, whether it's their pizza, whether it's their smoked meats, their wings, their buffalo chicken salad, their flat tire burger. It's all freaking good. Check out Wendy's in the Chesterfield Valley. And when we're talking food, some of the best sandwiches you're going to find in the St. Louis area are purchased at Capriati's. They got the Wagyu beef. They've got the fresh roasted turkeys every night. They slice them and dice them in the mornings. Some of the best sandwiches you're going to find. Plus, their fries are shockingly good. You'll eat them and they may be your favorite fry. I'm not kidding. Also, check out their platters because those platters are amazing when it comes to all of the food deliveries that they can do. Check them out. Take them in. And you'll be surprised. Capriati's. And if you're going to grill at home, use Rockwood. And when you buy your Rockwood natural charcoal, not like most of the charcoals that have fillers in them, but the natural breaks apart in your hand, get it from Ace Hardware. Jonathan Heslop has the #1 brand in America, made in the state of Missouri where the best charcoal in the country is made. Check out Rockwood Charcoal. Also, WeQuipUSA.com. Check out WeQuipUSA.com. Our friend Paige Measley, she has a website with WeQuipUSA.com where you can rent items from people or put your own items up for rent. Make a little money to connect you with people in your own area. It's very cool. Check out the website. You may be there for a little bit. Give yourself about 5 minutes because it's very unique. It's very cool. It's very creative what Paige and WeQuip have done. And if you're looking for real estate answers, look no further than Megan Livingstone. That's Megan.Livingstone@exprealty.com. Megan.Livingstone@exprealty.com. You can also give her a call at 314-249-1708. That's 314-249-1708. Guys, we appreciate you liking, subscribing, sharing the show. This is the fastest hour of news headlines, political talk, everything that's happening. You make it what it is on the People's Podcast platform, watching on X, on Facebook, on Rumble, and YouTube. We are grateful for you doing that. Please like, subscribe, share the show. Donations of any kind are grateful at canceltheshow.com or on Venmo at PayPal at Cancel This. We're grateful for you guys keeping the lights on for us. If you know of any other advertisers that want to jump in with us, please email me, vic@canceltheshow.com. Everything that we do, not only on this show, but on our social media pages. And what we can do from a video standpoint is second to none, especially for the price. Guys, have an awesome day. For Pro Joe, I'm Vic Faust. Have a great day. We'll catch up with you next time for Cancel This.